Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and give my honest thoughts on how the project is being ran. And today I'm very excited to be checking out the 92nd most popular project in all the games, that is Pole Position, the ultimate racing game. Pole Position is the ultimate simulator racing game that captures all the excitement of a Grand Prix or ... So it is a racing game. I see the board here. I see some drivers or something, a car, a box. I feel like some of these things could be nixed out in the form of like zooming in a little bit more. Also the player length, the time count, the age. Is there a solo mode? I imagine there is because this is a racing game. Information that I'd love to know right here. Now, the other thing that I want to mention is that I said this was 92nd in popularity. I'm not sure if that's the exact number, because yesterday I was saying how I could have swore that I saw things popping up more than one time as I was scrolling down the popularity charts on Kickstarter, which I did not see. I have not seen as a regular thing. However, now I can prove it to you. It wasn't tinfoil hat. Look, there's Pole Position again. And here's Oath of the North Pole. And then if we go, we control F, and then Oath of the North Pole is going to pop up again. And these are at 4 different separate spots. So I feel like they're recycling things potentially to maybe look like it's artificially more busy than it is. I don't know. Or maybe it's just a glitch. Because another time I was looking for Pole Position earlier, I couldn't find it at all. It was just completely gone. I scrolled down to the 400s, control left it, couldn't find it. Reloaded and eventually found it. So it's Kickstarter's screwy right now. Anywho, as always when you go in the video, I'm thinking 3 things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Let's go. Pole Position. That is really loud. Ooh, cars. So, I'm not typically the biggest fan of this style, of like using the real footage and then flipping it to the board, but I think it's working with this one. I don't hate it. I like how they're showing me how like everything that you would see in the race is here in the game. So, Okay, this only happens every once in a while, but my ADHD is going crazy right now because this music is so much of a banger. I'm having a hard time focusing on your video, which is kudos to the, like, maybe it's just me, but this is a really good song. Weather conditions, all right. At least for, like, background Kickstarter music songs, you know? Not compared to Hey Jude or anything. And it's got like that dance beat where it's fun to try and predict like what the beat drop exactly is going to kind of be, and you can move your body to the rhythm as you do it. I don't know, it's just me. I used to go raving sometimes. It was weird. It was a weird period of my life. I felt like that's not a braggy thing. I was a really awkward person kind of thing. DRS. I don't even know what that is, but I'm just loving the music. Whoa. Ooh, different racetracks. Oh, there we go. I am kind of over the video though. I think we're getting played off at the Oscars right now. It's a bit long. Especially for something where you're saying up to 6 players, where you could have just easily said 1 to 6 players on the marquee, like I mentioned earlier, and you wouldn't even have to mention that in the video. Oh, here we go. Asymmetric teams and drivers. Now we're getting into some stuff that I like to see. Because, I mean, that's realistic, you know? If you're playing some sort of sporting game or a racing game, you know, some drivers are going to be better than other drivers, and, you know, it just makes sense. Doesn't look like a huge honking box either. Hey, Mr. Mormo. Let's go. Would love to have a voiceover for me. Yeah, I think a voiceover would have been great there as well. And I actually just got someone to say, hey, would you do a voiceover? Try doing one for me for this Kickstarter video I got coming up. I just want you to do one line as this person. I was like, what? Cool. So hopefully, maybe your boy's getting into voice acting. I don't know. So, anywho, $33,000. It's going to happen. 311 backers have made this possible. Looking at the box, it doesn't look like it's a huge box. I'm expecting a reasonable price. It looks like a fun game. I'm in. If the price is right, I think I'm in on this one. I'd like to see more gameplay video. How to play potentially. That'd be fantastic. Spanish publisher, distributor, located in Barcelona. So we got 2 created, 3 backed. They did Downfall, the War Game series. Interesting. That would not have been my first guess. Backer kit refused to connect. Well, fudge. What am I checking out here? Do people get their stuff? That's what I'm checking out. Downfall Games Update. This is from the earliest year. They're now in the middle of the ocean with destinations Spain and US. So this one is not out yet. And they haven't posted an update in month and 16 days. So they missed the November update because it looks like that was the goal. And as someone who is terrible at things like this, you could tell that they were like, all right, we're going to do this once a month, but then it just kept slipping. So it's like the 30th, the 26th, the 29th, and then there's like a 1 month gap here from August to October, and then from October to December, and we'll probably get one before the end of the new year, I would imagine. But that's not great, you know? And the bottom line is, I feel like that's a missed opportunity as well, because then you could be like, hey, and maybe it doesn't work, but at least say, hey, I got a new project out now, but then again, maybe people get mad. So can you do it? Not 100% sure. The customer service is not looking good, and you haven't delivered your first project. Granted, it's on the way, and I understand things got delayed, yada, 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 but it got delayed for everybody. Lots of questions I can't read. Okay. Hello, is there a way to see if my shipment has been sent through a tracking system or similar? So, no answer. All right. It's good. Can I change the address if it's still unshipped? Yes, but we need to do it now by ourselves. When does PM close? Okay. Other than that, though, it looks like they're very responsive on the customer service. But can you do it? Still a little bit worrisome there. Not a huge deal to me, though. 14 plus 60 minutes, 2 to 6 players. No solo mode. That's a little bit surprising to me. But still, 2 to 6. It's a great player count. 14 plus base game. 11 on the side of that board. And the price. Here we go. So here's the box. You tell me the box is in centimeters and inches. I love that. So it is a 13-inch by 9-inch box. That's a pretty big, hefty boy, right? Is that like a pandemic? Is that a pandemic, but thicker, maybe? Something like that? All right. 6 engraved dice, 1 summary sheet. They got the sizes of the boards in centimeters and inches. Beautiful. I love it. And that's almost a 3-foot by 2-foot board. So that's a big board. 6-player dashboards. Are these inlaid? I thought they were inlaid. If they are, I'd mention that. And maybe even just zoom in. Like, I don't need to see all the colors. I get the idea of all the colors. But, like, zoom in really close on this. I'd like to see that. Because the player board, that's your essential hub. Your hub. Classic mini cards. 9 event cards. Not many. 14 breakdown tokens. 33 lifespan tokens. 6 driver cards. So we're up to 15 cards. 21 cards. A bunch of other components and chits and knickknacks. 21 cards. It's not many. Okay, once again, that's leading me more towards. I'm hoping this is not like a $90 to $100 thing at the end of the day, because, you know, and the fact that we're beating around the bush on the price here, like we talked about all the components. Why not just do the price with me right there? And yes, I know I can go to support and I can look it over here, but if you're on iOS or on mobile, you do not see that. You have to do an extra click. So it should be on your story. Seamless litter weave, preferably up high, so you don't have to waste people's time making them look for the price, which is clearly something that they want. Now, granted, yes, I know we can go over there, but the clickable people. I'm talking about the clickable people. Because you got bad reception. If you were foolish enough to love Ryan Reynolds, like I was, and get Mint Mobile, you know what I'm talking about. You don't want to make that extra click. You don't know if that extra click is going to load or not. You got to savor every web page. Team cards. So we're just looking at stuff. Now you're showing me the tournament cards. These look good. Okay, so they each got their own asymmetric special abilities. Cool. Championship rule booklet. Good. Love seeing that. Do we have a video? We are just... Oh, so these are boards. How does there so many boards? Is there numerous game boards? No, there's one. One double-sided board. So how is there 6? How does that work? Golly, you gotta scroll forever. All this stuff is more important than the price. To the Kickstarter creators. So there's a board, right? And there's a second board. So that's the other side. And there's another board. How does that work? Are these the extra pledge levels that you haven't even told me about yet? That must be. Cool. Boards. Here we go. 65 euros. This is the first time we haven't converted the price. I would convert the price, even though I am. I'll tell you what, I'm getting the vibe that this one is, once again, 2 days in a row going to be not United States of America as the most backed product. Now, obviously, it is Formula One racing, so there was a very high probability that that was going to be like that in the first place. But still. But still. So let's check that one out. I am curious. Where's the... Oh, yeah, let's check out the rule booklet, too. Components... Game setup, cool. How many pages we got here? Quite a lot, but it looks like we got a lot of pictures, illustrations, examples. Okay. Let me see. Okay. I would expect that if it's an in-depth racing game. Spain, 152. Wowzers. United States, 53. That is very low. Will this game be sold in the retail? Okay. So, 130 gets you all the base game plus all the packs. Okay, so yeah, they're just map packs in the form of boards. Okay. Do they do anything different? Oh, I imagine that's what they were talking about earlier. So it's 130. So if I want this, it is $70 plus we'll get to the shipping. $70 as itself. It doesn't seem like a great price to me, but it doesn't seem like a terrible price to me under the idea that this is probably going to be a game that is going to be very difficult to get after the fact, you know what I mean? Like, this could easily be one where there's one print run and then it just never happens again for one reason or the other. Which is a lot of Kickstarter games, you know? It was the majority of Kickstarter games. Pole position. So, $139 for 6 extra boards. I don't feel like you really convinced me on that one. Like, okay, sponsor team. What's this? Plus, you get painted minis. Painted minis cars. A corner in a circuit with your name. Ooh, that's cool. So that one's a very limited one. I bet that one's taken. Yeah, 16 left to 30. So 14 people chomped down on that. That was good. Good stuff. That's a cool way to get in there. Plus, you can do it on all the different boards, too. You have so many different boards. You can have that pledge level. That was really smart. Double-layered player dashboards. Yeah, that I was talking about. That's why I was saying maybe we zoom in on that. You know, hit me with the price first, the $75, and then start showing me these deluxified components, these dual inlaid boards, all these wooden things. The plastic, because it does have plastic car minis. That being said, you know, do you really consider those to be like plastic minis? Because I imagine those are... I don't know. I just feel like those are more generic, you know what I mean? Team Pack 1, 3 new cards. Driver Pack 1. So this is awesome. These are banger stretch goals. So we're at the 6 cards, which was actually helps drastically to what I was talking about earlier, which is why I would mention this in that section. Tell me that it's not just 21 cards. Now it's 27 cards. And then we're about to have a special bot card. What does this mean? I'm assuming this unlocks solo and potentially a third, you know, you can add someone else like an Autonoma. But you should tell me. And I think you are, but just a little bit more. Give me more. Just an extra little sentence there. You got so much extra wasted space. I don't need to see his face. I'd much rather just have a little bit more about this and get me excited about raising 35 grand because obviously not everyone here, but the majority of people here are probably really excited about hitting that $35,000 because that's, you know, solo mode. That's a great way to learn a game like this, especially one with such a robust set of rules. You learn it solo that you can teach on game night. So, we're at 33,000 bucks. We're almost to that. Oh, no, that's 33,000 euros. Oh, no, yeah, we're good. We're almost there. Cool. 2 small dice for overtaking. Well, that's like a whole new game mechanism? Okay. Big box plus collision dice plus set of mini cards for World Champion and sponsor team pledge only. World Championship. Oh, so that's like a deluxifying your fancy one. It's not even a fancy one, just your one with your all in. Well, let's check this. 63 to 184, so they do have 3-1 as that, which is good. Team pack 2, so there's more cards, great. We don't know. We have the add-ons, if you just want to get some of these a la carte. 4 tire dice. The painted minis. Kick Go. Pledge made. We had Kick and Go. I know that was a thing. I never heard of them. A few weeks after the campaign concludes, you'll receive an email notification. You want to support this Oh, there's missing a J. Let me show you how pole position can be yours in 3 easy steps. Click the green back this button. It is located near the top of this page. This is a very, like, that image. Like, what is, like, the hair, like, something, like, I don't know if it maybe it's the hair, just, the color difference is very jarring. And, he does not have, like, is that a real person? I can't tell. I can't tell if it's AI or if it's a real person. Either way, this is an odd way to try and tell me if I'm a new backer. Because, yeah, the majority of people are not going to be new backers. But still, I can't complain about that being there. I can't complain, however, about that being above shipping, since everyone needs to know shipping, and only 17 people need to know that. Kickstarter ends. Fulfillment begins, so they're shipping it next year. Who we are, confident of duties, gaze, people, the stuff, the things behind the team. Shipping costs. I do like this. This is nice. I love this breakdown right here. I'd love to see the currencies converted. So now I'm looking at 20 bucks, and now I'm talking about, what is it, a $95 game. No, a $90 game, and if I'm going for the all-in, each extra packet circuit. Wait a minute. Oh, dang it. Where's USA? And it's not even, like, alphabetical. It's just kind of, like, weird. Spain, Portugal, you're like, if you're going to do it like this, at least alphabetize it. So 20, and then each extra pack circuit. So if I'm getting the all-in, I am now looking at $29 shipping. And so it's more like, probably like 30-ish, 30 bucks. So I'm looking at $169 for this racing game. That's a hard sell. Because I still haven't seen a gameplay video. I haven't seen a how to play video. I haven't seen a quote. I haven't seen you spotlighting your pedigree and how I can feel comfortable that you're going to make this. At the moment, Pole Position has not solo version. The development team is working to offer you the solo mode version. We do not commit this version. It will be completed and delivered to backers. If we finally get a version for the solo game, we will publish the rules so you can download them. If the version, got it. Then what's a bot? Pole Position, how to play. Holy crap, why is this so low? Oh my gosh. It's 50 minutes, and you, yeah, it's not planned for the, what? We don't know solo mode, huh? We're not planning on the, you're not planning on that, huh? Huh? You're not planning on it? Anywho, it's a 50-minute one. My least favorite type of these, but it is still there. You can sit there, you do the dishes, big thing after, big dinner, and you get a good feel for the game. So it's there. I cannot complain about that. I complain once again about just how high it is up. Hi
everybody,
how far it is down. Designer interview, cool. Like, these are some good stuff right here. How to play? 9 minutes shorter. Okay.
Well, the weather is up.
I'll watch that one. Pole position tutorial. There's another one. What? So there's 3 tutorials. Okay. Great. Is there a gameplay? Hopefully one of these tutorials is also a gameplay. That's the first time. Oh, here we go. And then there's a playthrough and tutorial. Oh, good old Paul. Awesome. Pole position thing. So there's 4 tutorials. There's 5 tutorials. There's 5 tutorials. Oh my god. This is absurd. I love it. The bots pole position. Wait, what? The bots? What's the bots? It's that mystical stretch goal that you chose not to tell me enough about. Which, by the way, you can go watch Siskel and Ebert on YouTube. It is so watchable. They were such good reviewers. Like, you could, like, retroactively, like, damn, they hit a lot of stuff on the nose. Anywho, bots.
Different bots, 6 different cars, with 6 different...
Oh, it's the solo mode. Then why don't you get rid of the letter that says we're not going to put it in solo mode? Okay. Things, stuff, things. Yeah, that is literally... Where's the... Oh, we already got the shipping. Okay. That's right. So they chose to put the videos at the very bottom. And here's why I hate that. By doing that, you're essentially assuming that someone is going to go all the way to the bottom of your page. They're going to scroll all the way to the bottom. I've been here for 21 minutes, and I just found out about the videos. Like, that is, like, bump those up higher, especially the fact that you have 5 how-to-play videos. One of which is a full gameplay how-to-play video. New stretch goal unlocked, 3 new drivers. So we got 7 comments, 6 comments, 9 comments. Okay, we're getting some engagement. Let's see what the most engaging one is, 9 comments. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody that's following us, regardless whether her opinion regarding pole position is positive or negative. That's an interesting way to lead off, all right? I would like to express that we read and study every single suggestion received from our backers. I hate to be that guy, because I spell a lot of stuff incorrectly. I am absolutely god-awful about grammar, but, like, I've already seen 2, and, like, just the first 2 sentences, just double-check that. So, like I said, like, it's what... Double check it. We received 1 and I imagine it's because of the language translation, maybe, but I don't know if that has, like, get somebody in the U.S. be like, hey, would you be willing to do this? You know, like, we'll throw you a copy of the game. Get a backer, get a super backer. Find a super backer in the comments section down here and say, hey, would you be willing to do this for us? And I bet you maybe offer them, like, something in there. Anyway, we received what, because it looks unprofessional. That's coming from someone who looks unprofessional 24/7. We received 1 suggestion to make the stretch goals easier to reach. We agreed 100%, and in less than half a day we implemented. Many have suggested to put as an add-on some stretch goals in case we don't reach them. We are open to this. Let's study costs and see what we could do. What? So, if we don't hit a certain funding goal, we're still going to make the thing, but we're just not going to give it to you unless you pay us extra money. But if we do reach the stretch goal, like, I always just assume that a stretch goal meant you're not going to make that thing unless we hit a certain amount. That's such an interesting one. The money equals oof, yes. Price doesn't feel great, and I worry on shipping, yeah. Agreed. By the way, I do not have my normal chat in front of me, so I will be going back and forth on there. Pledge format. Many of you required a big box to contain all 8 circuits. I must admit, I like the idea very much. Yeah, seems like a no-brainer. I'm not quite sure why they didn't get something in my mouth. Do that from the jump. I'm sure it has something to do with selling it after the fact, maybe, or I don't know. The main problem, honestly, I don't know, is that this requires 2 formats. I should read then. 1 format for those who want a big box, and another format for those who don't. With a big number of backers, we could do both formats, or you could just have the big pledge level and not do the little pledge level. Just saying. In this way, because let's be quite frank. Let me know in the comments below. Do you kind of enjoy it when you go to a Kickstarter page and there's 1 or 2 pledge levels? Either and it's like, oh, here's the thank you, and then here's the $125 one. I just love the clean, clear shopping area. You know, because I did one a couple days ago. It's just, the cleaner, I think, the better. The cost, it's not always possible, though. The cost of the circuit's a common complaint was also the cost of every circuit. I totally understand this kind of complaint. The fact is that prices have risen during the 2 years. If the game has been printed 2 years ago, prices would have been cheaper. Take into consideration the pledge prices and the things. Bots and solo modes. I tried to explain this matter in a video. We've implemented bots. You can see the rules in the rule booklet. We're trying to develop a final solo system to take down the thing on the story that says we are not planning on having blah, 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 blah. Like, it's just... Change rules suggestions. So we've received a few considerations regarding a few rules of the game. I must say that all the suggestions are taken into consideration. So we study all the rules, all the suggestions. I would love to say that behind the game there's a team of developers who have been played hundreds of games and can easily see if one idea can be implemented. I personally think that they will never say no to a good idea. If this idea comes just the night before printing. That scares me. We have changed some graphic aspects of the game based on tester suggestions. For example, the finished starting line straight. Our problem is that the prototype was printed 18 months ago, and the copies we have. Community. Some of you suggest the idea of creating a community. 100% agree. In fact, when we took the game into 2018, that was the idea we had. We had a website where to track races and championships for this game to shine. All right, what are the comments? It'd be amazing to play an international championship. Great post. Thank you all for the shared info. There was a lot of transparency there. What would be awesome for the game is if you could add F1 minis for the game. Cool stuff. Got it. Thanks. Comments. Let's go. Give it a grade. Lots can't read. Okay. Oh, here we go. I'm replying to nice guys helping. Whoa, that's some great customer service. Replying to things in both whatever, I think that's French or Spanish, and then also in English. Kudos. Granted, the majority of people here are not from the United States of America, but still. I'm replying to nice guys helping 100% from the beginning, telling that we probably need more promotion in channels, etc. We printed 20 prototypes of the game. Wow. And sent around 200 emails to US and European YouTubers. Only got arrangement with the 7/8 YouTubers you see in the campaign. Most of them did not answer. Others didn't like races. Others saw the rules and told me they were so large for the kind of game that they used to do. And finally, some of them asked too much money. Regarding Spanish YouTuber, we've gone everywhere we're invited podcasts. Also, we have posted the news in every web channel we know, and we found examples of BGG as more than 40 entries and several gameplays and articles. That's another thing that I would say, which you never think about, but since I designed a game called Help Wanted, which is an incredibly generic name in hindsight, having an incredibly generic name for your board game, like Pole Position, makes it just a lot more hard to search later on after the fact. Because, I mean, there's a pole position, like a pole position is a very popular video game. Pole position is a very popular term. It'd be like if you named your game Thank You, and it's like, oh, that's an interesting choice. Hello, I don't think anyone's doubting your efforts. Clearly the first one is interested in this going forward. Are you... I agree with Zaya. Nobody doubts about the interest and efforts to make this campaign the most successful as possible. Thank you very much for your honesty for the beginning of the campaign. And yeah, there's a great level of transparency there. So, final grade for this one. This one's a tough one. Do I want it? I am not the biggest fan of racing games. I like them. I enjoy them. But they're not my favorite genre. Not even close. Probably in the bottom half of genres. But I'm trying to put myself in the perspective of someone who really does like racing games, and in particular Formula One or whatever the hell this kind of racing game is. And I feel like they did a good job there. It seemed like they showed me a good amount of stuff to say, hey, all this stuff is in the game. All this stuff, all the little nuances about your sport that you love, I don't know if they call racing sports, but I assume so, are in this game. Plus more. The asymmetrical, the up to 6 players, all that sort of stuff. And that's why the rule booklet is so long. And they have a lot of how to play videos. Do I want it? Yeah, I do. I think they did a decent job on that. Can you do it? That one, I don't feel nearly as comfortable. It looks like there's a lot of things here where it's like, ooh, like just one after the other where it's like, and they're taking it all on the chin, and they're responding to all of them, and that's fantastic. But that factored with the fact that they still haven't shipped out their first game, factored with the fact that the price is very high if you are not in Spain, it looks like. Or just in general. You know, this feels... The price is a deluxified price. And the game maybe doesn't necessarily feel deluxified to me. And that is such a weird image. So yeah, how much is it? That's where I feel like the wheels kind of go off here. It seems like it's pretty high price there. You know, we're looking at $90. It is a deluxe racing game. So for that one, I guess, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't feel like a great price, and it's teetering on the edge of, I'd say, a bad Kickstarter price. But I don't feel like it's terrible. Final grade, though. I'm going to go with... Main image did not tell me much of anything that I wanted to know. Like, aside the fact that it's a racing game. It has a racing board. I kind of expect that. The player count, the time length, the age, the fact that this is a really... Because I could infer that this is a really complex game when I saw, well, about 60 minutes, okay. So it's medium weight. Man, 45-page rule booklet for a 60-minute game. That's a wait, how many pages was that? At 40? Oh my. That's whew. Yeah, I would read that rule booklet. Honestly, that's my biggest thing. I would watch one of those videos. I would read the rule booklet, and I don't know. I just got a bad vibe on this one. I think it's going to happen though. I do believe that it is a thing. I was honestly a little bit surprised to see that it was being released November of next year. I kind of got the vibe that maybe this would be like one of those Essen October releases, that they would kind of shoot for that sort of thing, because I definitely feel like this style game just screams Essen. Grand Prix would probably be worse. Yeah, Grand Prix would be bad. I guess they wanted something recognized by all racing fans without translation Grand Prix. Oh, I didn't realize that's what pole position translated to. So at the end of the day, I feel like on this one, we'll go with a C minus. I feel like there's a lot of things that could just be like reorganized, spruced up a little bit, like just hitting me with that price earlier on, mentioning the fact that we have more than 21 cards unlocked, because right now 6 driver cards, that's not really impressive to me, especially if you play 6 players. Like, it's cool to try them out, but the bottom line is you have 50% more cards than you're telling me on the first impression, and I don't find out about those 50% more cards until forever from now. I don't find out about the price forever. It's just, why not combine the two? It feels clunky, and I feel like this could have been streamlined a lot. And when I see a campaign page that looks like this, and then I see a 45-page rule booklet for a 60-minute game, I say, ooh, I wonder if that's one of those rule booklets that really could use a good streamlining. And I'm just purely speculating there. That's why I'm saying I would read the rule book before I pulled the trigger on this one. I'm going to go with a C minus. Let me know in the comments below what's your final grade for this one. And as always, if you enjoyed the content, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. Have a good one.